Yeah, I'm really happy how Coach is handling things with his team. I really feel like he has the attention of the locker room. This is a great thing for this franchise.
We think he's doing a great job as well. The team is heading in the right direction, and he has our full support.
I think you know what this is about, man. I'm not looking to cause any trouble or start any waves or anything in the locker room, but right now I'm just not clicking with particular members of the team, and I'm just wondering how this should be handled.
I'd like to thank you for coming to me with this first, instead of airing things out via the media or having an incident in practice. We're closely looking at how the chemistry between players affects production, and you can expect to see some changes in the near future.
Hey, I just wanted to talk to you about our minutes distribution. Not so much for me, but I think we've got one of our most talented players sitting on the bench way too much.
Yeah, say no more. He's been terrific for us off the bench, and you could certainly argue that he's deserving of more minutes.
Yeah, you know, he gives us a big lift every time he comes in. I just don't think we're losing anything by putting him out there, you feel me?
Well, and it's a way to deepen our rotation and spread the minutes around. It makes a lot of sense. I'll see what I can do.
Man, I just wanted to sit down and talk for a minute. You know, this losing thing has really been tough for all of us, and I know you have to think long term as well, but if there's any way we could get some immediate help, we could really use it, man. Really.
Yeah, we're all in this together, and trust me, the losses aren't easy for any of us. I've been looking at some potential moves we might make, but I certainly trust your opinion. Do you have some suggestions of players we should target? Definitely some good names there. Let me see what I can do.
Well, I just wanted to sit down and tell you that I'm really happy here. I feel like it's a great situation for me, and I'd like to talk about a contract extension so I can stay here for years to come.
That's great to hear. Of course, we have a team option on your contract for one more season, so we can't actually give you a multi-year extension right now. It's got to be in the final year if you follow. But again, I'm really pleased to hear that you'd like to be here long term.
Oh, all right, I see. And how about that team option? Anything you can tell me as to whether that'll be picked up?
I think that's very likely. As I've said before, we really appreciate you and respect your game. You're a great asset to this organization.
No doubt. All right, well, thank you. And good talk, man. I'll see you later.
But right now, we've got to stay focused on the task at hand, and that's getting the win against the Bobcats. Best of luck out there.
All right, guys, we're going to take over this game. Let's give these fans a show.
There's no mincing words. You're pumped up like that before your team and before a game. It is game time. We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the New Orleans Hornets come in for this one. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and courtside, Doris Burke. Tip-off moments away, and State Farm presents the starting lineups. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Eric Gordon.
Well, Gordon is known for his ability to knock down threes. Tremendous range from the three-point line and beyond for Gordon. And I think what makes him dynamic is his strength and his ability to use the threat of the three-point shot to draw defenders out and then attack the rim from there.
That is scary on a player like Eric Gordon, too, Steve. I mean, you know they'll start looking this.
Hello, YouTube. This is a Sim Basketball Operator bringing you an NBA 2K13 My Career commentary. I just got done with the meeting with the GM. With this commentary, this is coming right after the NBA draft. I pretty much have all the results, and even though this draft doesn't have a lot of talent as the draft 10 years ago with LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo, and all those guys, there's still a lot of depth and a lot of role players, so let's just get this thing started. So right out of the gate, when I heard that Anthony Bennett was getting drafted to the Cleveland Cavaliers, I was thinking redundancy. Because in my mind, Anthony Bennett is a power forward who has a lot of offense but not a lot of defense. And I thought it was not the greatest pick considering they had already Tristan Thompson, So I guess unless one of them falters, it's going to be really hard for them to coexist unless Anthony Bennett becomes a much quicker and much more athletic three-man. Now for the second pick, Victor Oladipo to the Orlando Magic, I thought was a pretty good pick. I don't see Aaron Aflalo staying there very long. It's a nice pick because the Magic put themselves in a position to get one of the top small forwards, Jabari Parker or Andrew Wiggins next year, and that's pretty good for them too. Now third pick I thought was the best fit, Otto Porter going to the Washington Wizards. I had that in my mock draft because it's just a match made in heaven. I mean, Otto Porter is a guy that can do it all. He's not that explosive in any one category, but in my mind, he's a great player, especially for the Wizards. And for a team that kind of wants to win now and start making runs into the playoffs, he's a good pick and he's a good player to do so. Now with the fourth pick, it's Cody Zeller. And I know it's surprising to a lot of people. I was kind of hoping he followed to the Kings. Thought it'd be a nice fit with DeMarcus. But, you know, putting him in Charlotte's not a bad idea because he goes with Bismack and they still have another wing position opened again for those two guys at the top of the 2014 draft class. And I'll resume my recap of the draft after this halftime show. As you can see, we are up by 13 against the Charlotte Bobcats.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And now the Sunday night edition of the halftime show.
Alright, so I'm back to resume my recap. Alex Len to number 5 of the Phoenix Suns. Now, I thought this was a dumb move because Phoenix doesn't really have that much young talent aside from Kendall Marshall, and I guess you could throw the Morris twins in there too. So, I was thinking that they should choose either Ben McLemore or Nerlens Noel, but they chose Alex Len. I'm not too sold on him. I don't think he can develop the offensive skills necessary, and he doesn't have that defensive explosiveness and potential of Nerlens Noel. Now, with the sixth pick, this was traded to the 76ers. Good trade for the Pelicans because they get an all-star point guard, Drew Holiday, and they pretty much now are just going to roll with hopefully Gordon staying healthy, and this all works out. I really hope that this happens in my career. No, that's not going to happen because we have a dumb rookie point guard, but Drew Holiday is a great fit, especially with Anthony Davis and an undersized shooting guard in Eric Gordon. I'm not sure how great of a trade this is for the 76ers, but it does start the rebuilding process, and I'll go more on that when it's their pick at number 11. So number 7, Ben McLemore, not the greatest fit. I like Ben McLemore. I drafted him to the Cavaliers, but the only problem I have against him is because he's kind of an offense-first guy. I don't really see him fitting in that dysfunctional environment of the Sacramento Kings. I don't see him improving that much, especially with DeMarcus, and they could have a real problem there in their offensive loaded backcourt. At number 8, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. I guess they're now committing to Brandon Knight as more natural position as a point guard. With Jose Calderon in there, I guess they're kind of using him as a shooting guard a little bit. That makes sense. Caldwell-Pope's another guy who can play off the ball. And especially with the force down low of Greg Monroe and Andre Drummond, it looks pretty good there in Detroit, so nice job. Now another traded pick was number 9, Trey Burke to Utah. Trey Burke in Utah is a perfect fit. Utah just needs a point guard any way, shape, or form, and Minnesota got Shabazz Muhammad, which is a young wing where they can add to Ricky Rubio, who always makes the players around him a lot better, and hopefully take off the offensive pressure off Kevin Love. They still need to add some defense. Now at number 10, CJ McCollum, a guy I like, but again, not the greatest situation. I think that he's a little too ball dominant, especially in the case where you have Damian Lillard already. So I don't really see that working unless CJ McCollum's going to commit to being just a sixth man. And I guess they're giving up on Nolan Smith and Eric Maynor. At number 11, Michael Carter-Williams, a nice fit there, especially with Nerlens Noel. Two guys they can kind of build around on the perimeter and the post. This guy just has to work on shooting. That's pretty much it. At number 12, Steven Adams, a young center out of Pittsburgh. Got a lot of potential. Good fit with Oklahoma City. He can come in there, rebound, and finish well. Just pretty much do whatever Kendrick Perkins was hired to do, but just cannot. At number 13, Kelly Olynyk was traded to the Celtics. Now, he's a good fit with the Celtics, and I believe the Mavericks traded Lucas Nogueira from Brazil, or however you pronounce that, for Shane Larkin, who is a good pick because they save cap space and they get a point guard. And at 14, I already talked about this, but this is Trey Burke going to the Jazz. This is that trade, and it's a nice pick nonetheless. So that's the lottery wrapped up. A lot of surprises here. Some good fits. I'm kind of just looking through this. Dennis Schroeder in Atlanta. I think that's a good fit because I think Jeff Teague's like a restricted free agent. And then another good fit is Sergei Karasev to Cleveland. A good shooter. Kind of fill that Ben McLemore spot I have in my association. Either start with Kyrie and spread the floor, or provide good bench scoring. And other picks, Reggie Bullock to the Clippers is nice, add another outside shooter. Solomon Hill to the Pacers, another reach, kind of like Miles Plumlee last year. Some more surprises are Archie Goodwin getting into the first round, sneaking in at the 29th pick. He'll eventually land in Phoenix after that flurry of trade movement. And another thing is that the 30th pick in the draft was this one guy who I have no idea who he is. It's like Nemanja Nedovic, and he's going to be at Golden State. I don't know. The NBA continues to confuse me here. As you can see, the game's already over. Ben Gordon, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Tyrese Thomas, Kemba Walker led the Charlotte Bobcats, but their effort was to no avail as they fall to us, the New Orleans Hornets, soon to be Pelicans. Eric Gordon led us in scoring with 31 points. I contributed 30. Eric Bledsoe had a very good game, 16 points. Anthony Davis had 10 points. It was really fun to play this game, not just because the Bobcats suck, but because I was able to kind of take some scoring pressure off. I led us with 12 rebounds, also chipped in 7 assists, but Eric Bledsoe beat me with his 10, and I kind of held myself down to 3 turnovers, but had a very nice shooting percentage at 12 of 15. So I find the draft very interesting, not only because it continues to amaze me and shows me why I cannot be an NBA GM, but also because for next year, I don't know which team I'm going to rebuild. It's not going to be the Cavaliers, and I'm probably going to look to the Western Conference so you can play some other teams. So yeah, this is the Sim Basketball Operator. Sorry for such a rambling in this video, but please leave what you thought of your team's draft, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
You shot lights out tonight and played a huge role in the win. Did you have a feeling coming in that you were going to be hot, or did this performance kind of catch you by surprise?
I was feeling pretty good at the shoot-around this morning, and that continued on into the warm-ups, so I was definitely glad to see it going right up into the game. Sometimes you're just feeling it, and you got to take advantage of that and keep shooting the ball. I tried to do that tonight, and we were able to get the win. That's the big thing, man. We really just wanted that W today.